Hey, up your Sim guy here and welcome back to Maypole Farm. So we're just arriving down at the store to get this mower repaired. See how much this is going to set me back. We've only got 15k and we just need to be a bit careful. Because of... Oh, it's only 496. I was going to say money's running a bit short at the minute, but that's alright. Just short of £1,000 to repair that. That's lovely jubbly. So, plan of attack for this episode. We need to get that patch of land mowed that we discovered at the end of last episode. We'll get that mowed, we'll get it baled and wrapped. Get the bales into storage. And then we need to plough it up with cultivator. So we can have a look at the state of the soil, and then we know what we're going to be planting. If it's decent soil, we're going to go with barley. If it's not, then I think we're going to have another... Can't see because of bloody trees. We're going to have another grass field. I would prefer barley, because we've got 3 decent sized grass fields already. Well, but if it's poor soil, then you know, grass is a no-brainer. It's not that one, no. Where are we? It's still September, so the hell have I just hit? Fence, maybe? Yeah, we're still in September, so we've got at least another month, if not 2, before our silage will be fermented and ready to sell. Hopefully now, these should all work nicely. Last time we did this, why am I detaching? Last time we did this, the front mower wouldn't work, tractor wouldn't move. And let's hope. What's it doing? And fingers crossed. Yeah, we're working. Lovely. So it was down to the condition of the mower, which is fine. We live and learn. So we'll get this mowed. We're not going to get that much of a yield off it, but if we get half a dozen bales or so, it'll be a nice little Brucey bonus. Need to leave a decent amount around the edge. Okay, I don't have access to this land. That's interesting. It's my field. How can I not have access to it? Doesn't seem to give me a border. 178 grand for that field. Bloody hellfire, that's an expensive one. So the question is then, how much land do we actually have access to? It looks to me like we've got the majority of it. It's just that bit back there, which seems a little bit strange. Like I said, this originally was the horse pasture, so... Seems not too bad of a size. Just that little bit down to the left that for some reason wouldn't let us have. So we'll get this mowed road, baled and wrapped, and then we can come back in with cultivator and get it ploughed up. and into an actual workable field. Just thinking I probably get a bit more down here. Nice, okay. Just want to follow this line just to see how much we actually lose. So yeah, it just seems to be that sort of corner there. I mean, obviously I can't afford it anyway, but 178 grand for that next field. Yeah, I think it's going to be a while before we buy any more land, guys. With that sort of price. We'll have to see what we get from selling the silage. But ultimately, it's going to take us a while. We should start earning money. Well, I need to buy them first, but when I buy the animals, they should start bringing us a bit of passive income, the sheep especially with wool. The question is, do I want to start doing what are they called? Factories. Productions, that's the word I was looking for. Do I want to start doing productions? Not sure on the wool. I mean, obviously you make loads of money off clothes, but it takes a lot of resources and a lot of time to make it into clothes. So we might be better off selling the wool as is. Same with the cows, really. We only get milk off them, which would give us, I mean, we can make all sorts of the milk and butter and cheese, which obviously sells for more, but it's that time, doesn't it? It depends how quick we want the cash, I suppose. But that's way down the line yet. We haven't even got any bloody animals or any money to buy them. But if you think about it though, the cows will give us milk, which will give us butter. We get eggs from chickens. Can make our own flour. So we're not far off the bakery items, but we'd need sugar. We could buy the sugar, I suppose. I really don't like doing sugar cane, but I think that's a later me problem. For now, we're just going to deal with what we've got. Our biggest earner is going to be grass silage. We're nearly done mowing this whilst we've been chatting away anyway, so we'll get this finished off. I think windrow was in shed, so we need to get that banged out. And then the biggest job's going to be the cultivating. Just because of how slowly we move with it. We are quite near the bale storage here though, so at least we're not going to have to mess about moving bales very far. We'll probably just do it with bale spike. Well, I think what I'm going to do as well next grass harvest is I'm going to try again for the bale loading. Because although it seemed like it took me ages whilst I was recording it, and it did take a while, on time lapse it was only a couple of minutes, so I was more worried about how long it was taking for you guys to watch. But if we get it down to a couple of minutes, then we shall have another go. Last bit now, and then we can grab the windrower, get it rowed up. Beautiful. Lovely, right. So where are we going to store this mower? This shed looks pretty tempting to me. Nice. Right. Where's my other tractor? I don't want to have everything on that tractor. I'll split the work hours between them. Windrower, where are thou? There she is. There she blows. There's the baler. Where's the field? Are we over this way? Yeah, we're back bow storage, aren't we? So it's down here and left. Forgot we've still got that massive shed there as well. There's sheds everywhere. Ah. Well, what? So that's a fertiliser tank. That's liquid. What's that? A solid fertiliser tank? Is that what that is? Oh, I can fill it with lime. Solid fertiliser. Oh, nice. Okay, never knew that. That saves us buying lime, I suppose, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't save us buying it. It saves us carting it around in bags. Right, let's get this field road. Shouldn't take us too long because it's a mini one. In fact, I think what I might do, I might just grab the other tractor, grab the baler, and get that ready as well. And if I can put the wrapper on the front, just to transport it. Don't think I can. Bit of a weird one, that wrapper. There is a front wrapper, front loading wrapper, but it's not great. Not gonna lie. Hello. There we go. Plenty of bayonet, that's fine. If I remember rightly though, the bail wrap possibly may need refilling. So we may have to take a quick trip to the store. Right, that's there ready. I could always nip to the store in truck, I suppose, if needs be. Right, and we'll get this road and baled on a time lapse. And we'll bring it back. Or I'll probably wrap it as well on a time lapse, if I'm being honest. Get it all done in one foul swoop. And then we can see how many bales we're working with. Right, bales done, wrapped, and I think that was a genius idea, even if I do say so myself. Unloading directly into the storage area, or playing a bit of a bale football. Either way, I'm super pleased with that. We've got 21 bales, 2 of them were too big to wrap. So 19 extra silage bales is always a welcome. So we just need to run back to that other grass field, pick up the front loader. Whoa. Just to move those 2 bales that were too big for wrapping. And then that just leaves us with cultivation to do. But to say that that field wasn't even a proper field, hadn't been limed, hadn't been fertilised, didn't have any soil samples out like that, and to get 21 bales off it, I thought that was pretty damn good. So I'm pleased with that. Very pleased indeed. We'll grab this, we'll get those 2 grass bales into storage, and then we've just got the cultivating to do. Now I had to go get some more bale wrap, as we said before, and I did use super strength, sorry about that, but I had to. So what I normally do, and what I will do ready for next episode, is I normally buy a forklift, add the money back with power tools and buy a forklift and just leave it at the store for loading goods, because to be fair, in the real world, good son, stores will have a forklift that you can use to load up, so it makes sense to have one there. I do have the mod that parks vehicles, so it takes it off, you can't tab into it as you're going through your vehicles, so you're not going to pick it up by mistake. And we just have the rule that you can't use it for anything else other than loading goods onto your vehicles. So we shall add that in. That stops the use of super strength then, but hello. There we go. Yeah, that stopped the use of super strength, but I had to do it then because I didn't want to start buying equipment and adding money mid bloody time lapse without you guys knowing what was going on. So I'll add that in, ready for next episode. But I'm made up with that. I'm made up 21 bales off a field that wasn't even a field. Way super speed. And we've got another couple of grass bales for our sheep when we finally come to get them. So cultivation is the next thing, but I think looking at timings we're probably going to do that next episode. But we've got a decent amount done this episode. I'm made up with what we've done. A nice unexpected surprise, finding a field extra to what we thought we had. So I'll leave all my gear here, and that's going to do it for this one, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please hit that like button, subscribe if you want to help me out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. City.